Hi, this tutorial is meant to help you with scanning paper and getting documents into something like Schoology. So a lot of people use their camera app to take pictures of things, to get it quickly. And that's a great way to do it, to take a picture and then send it to yourself. But I want to show you a program called JotNot because it's a program I've used for a very long time, and it helps you with scanning documents and it takes like the background out, and it helps you with processing the document later on so you can do more with it. So on the iPhone, you would go to the App Store and do a search for JotNot. And then a Pro version comes up, which is relatively inexpensive, but I would start you on this one, which is the free version, the scanner app. And it's got 5 stars. It's been around for years, so it's really, really good. So I have it already, so I'm going to open it. And here's the interface. So I've been using it quite a bit for scanning paper. My problem is I always lose paper. So this is my way of keeping track of it. So the quickest way to get started, now you would have to create an account. You're presented with that, so you might have to pause the video here to do that. But once you're in, you should see at the bottom a scan button. So you would click on scan. And then I'm just seeing this message because I'm filming this. You shouldn't get that message. So if you can see that the orange it's trying to find the boundary of the document, and it's going to capture that. If it doesn't find the boundary well for you, don't fret. You can kind of, adjust it later, but yeah, it's pretty good. Put your paper on a surface that's dark so that there's some contrast. So then you would click to take the picture, and it sometimes goes over this step, but I'm going to click on back. This step right here is where you can adjust. Is it capturing all of the paper, or do you have to hold down and go to the corner there? So you can add another page. There's a plus thing down here, but I'm good with this. I'm going to go and click on process in the upper right-hand corner. And then it gives you some options. I can adjust the darkness of the print. That's pretty good. And then I'm just going to click on save. So it gives a name to it, and I'm just going to call it checklist 2. Okay. And then what can I do with it? Well, from here, I could add another page, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send this to myself. So I would click on the lower right-hand corner. There's a little share button, and I have the option to email. I can email it to myself, and I think the first time you do that, it asks you for your email. You could do a lot here, or you can even click on this add account at the very bottom and put in your Google account, and then it will save it in your drive. So whichever way is easiest for you, I could do email to myself, and then it brings up my message app, and I could just say checklist, and then I'm going to just, okay, so it's sent. So that's the part on the phone. Now when I get to my email, or you can have it go to your drive, it's up to you. Here it is, my checklist. And Google is integrated here, so there's so many ways I could get it in there, but I'm just going to download it for the sake of having it on my desktop. You might do that the very first time. You might go to Google Drive after a while. here's my course. So you could attach it as a file. Do add materials, add file. Okay. And then attach it. This is good if you just want the students to be able to read it. Okay, so there's the PDF. I click on it, and there it is. But the students really can't manipulate it too well. Like if they need a printer to print it out, I would recommend going a different direction. We have something called Kami, and I have installed the Kami extension in the upper right-hand corner, and I will put the address on the video as to where you can get this extension. And once you have that, and you go into it once, like you click on it, you log in with your Bethlehem account, you get all of these great features. Okay, Kami is a great way to make that PDF you just made interactive for students, so they can actually do things on it. And they would need to have the Kami extension as well. So what I would want to do is I would want to go back to the course, and I want to make an assignment. So I'm going to add an assignment, call it checklist assignment to March 12th. Okay, and then put in the directions. Open this with the Kami button. And I misspelled open. And submit. You might have to tell your students a little bit more at the beginning the first time, but here, because I have the Kami extension installed in Chrome, I have this button here now, and I can click on it. And then there are various ways that I could put this document into Kami. Basically, I'm going to give this PDF to students, and then they can write on it with Kami or type on it. So I could upload it, select it. Here it is. And then I could give it the due date. And there we go. So hit create. So here it is. It's a Kami assignment. And then they would open it. They would have that on their end if they have the extension. And there it is. And then there are these notation tools. And then they could turn it in. We have other tutorials about Kami to get a little bit more deeper. But I wanted to also tell you that sometimes when you upload it to Kami, it wants to run the optical character recognition, which sees if it could make your text editable. I'm going to see what it does with this. There are no guarantees because this has this table, which makes it a little bit harder. Okay, and now I click on select text. I can actually select that text, copy it if I wanted to, but now I can do a little bit more with it, maybe highlight it, put comments on it. Really, there's a whole lot you can do, and it started with an app called JotNot on my phone. So hopefully this tutorial gave you some ideas.